Male-centered women are reeled in by lust, which is the perfect breeding ground for narcissistic men. The download of the day is about male-centered women. Pardon me, for I have slumbered a good slumber. But the download is about male-centered women. And I've got time today, so let's play. The root of being male-centered comes from the lack of stability and security. It is a trauma wound. It's about the upbringing. It's about the influences. It's about the projections, the cultural appropriation. It's about trying to maintain a self-image as a woman. It's about living for the validation of others and not for your own happiness. Male-centered women in a narcissistic feminine lineage are the women that mislead the younger generations purposely so that they can watch them go through the same traumatic life events that they have been through as a way to soothe their broken soul. A male-centered woman is a woman that will in turn compare herself and her insecurities to any other feminine energy that she seeks to destroy. Male-centered narcissistic woman is a woman that will put a man over all other values of herself, her family, and other things that could be more important than the man that she is trying to pursue and keep. Male-centered women do not value connections with other women. They are valuing to destroy other women. They don't care about friendships. They don't care about connections. They don't care about their children. They don't care about family. They care about the validation of keeping a man around. Male-centered women will sacrifice their loving connections, like their genuine loving connections, to prove herself to a man. Male-centered women are reeled in by lust, which is the perfect breeding ground for narcissistic men. Okay. As long as something looks to give that picture-perfect dynamic, a male-centered woman will sacrifice any and everything to keep a narcissistic man around. She is disempowered, disengaged, unknowledgeable, and stagnant. And since all of those obstacles are trauma-based, she will run from her reality and her truths because she is truly ashamed of what people think of her and what people may know about her. Not in a sense of because she doesn't care about outer validation, but in a sense because she is still running from her childhood traumatic pain. The biggest downside of a male-centered woman is her loyalty to narcissistic men. When you are loyal to a narcissistic man that will break you down and confuse you about yourself, you will go around thinking that all things that are put in front of you to show you right from wrong are hating on your dynamic. Male-centered women walk around with the manipulated victim mentality because their main mission is to make sure that they get whatever it is that they are seeking. Male-centered women use the law of assumption to get their way with things. And most of the time, the law of assumption actually really is the IQ of the male-centered woman. Because the law of assumption allows for you to maneuver through opportunities and to gain things in ways where you are allowing for the outside influences to think that you are incapable of understanding and comprehending. Thus, when you get what you assume you deserve, you don't know what condition those things have to be kept in. Male-centered women are the type of women that seek self-destruction to keep a man's attention. Male-centered women are the type of women that cloak in divine feminine energy, but do not have the confidence that it takes to be of the hierarchy of knowledge. Male-centered women prey on the weaknesses of spiritually inclined women, because when their demons have been triggered, they like to delude to a reality of a psychosis that puts them in a karmic loop. And I figured this download was weighing on me very heavy, because when you realize that, okay, here's a confirmation. When you realize that a lot of the things that you go through in life may have something to do with having a lot of negativity and projection pushed onto you, your healing journey will begin to escalate faster into the light that you seek, because you will come to realize that all the things that you've went through wasn't because of your own doing, but because of your lack of knowledge. Don't go through all that cycle breaking and rewiring and accountability and dark night of the soul just to not have any credit for the things that you have faced, experienced, or became awakened to. You are awakened to the trauma of the next person. It makes you look at yourself differently, because it shows you where things could have been if you had not taken the responsibility to help yourself. Very interesting download, and I am here for it, because as women, when it comes to the healing journey, the unboxing is very uncomfortable, because women are looked at as machines, baby making machines. We're looked at as stability, structure, comfort. We are the nesting ground. When you are on your healing journey and you are an awakening woman and you are learning about the different stigmatisms of what bridges womanhood together, and you start to break the mold of those expectations, you begin to realize why your reality and why your life and why your decision making sets you apart from the crowd. Your job is to be set apart from the crowd, because you just did a lot of emotional, physical, mental, financial, and structural dismantling so that you can become aware of what had to be stopped. So if there is anything else that could keep you going as an awakening woman on your spiritual journey, remember that you are the one that is doing it, because you are the one that is setting yourself free. You won't be able to set anyone else free but yourself, and that is why you have your work cut out for you, because you are setting yourself free.